All right then. Hello everybody. Welcome. Hope we're all doing good. So listen, I feel like I'm going to burn some of you here today because you probably want story and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to start an episode 1 playthrough today. It just seems like it'd be a bit of a weird choice. We could do a little bit more Sun's Refuge. The title of the stream is actually Llama Crafter Pro because there's a couple of items that I've been wanting to pick up for a while now, and I just haven't taken the time to do so. So I think that I'm going to go for that now. So one of them is crafting mini llamas. Now, I've talked about that on a couple of streams recently. I'll give you the full story shortly. Another thing is I now have all the ascended shards that I need. Huzzah! Which I'm pretty excited about. So I can get the last of the obsidian weapons in the game. So I'm going to pick those up and finish that collection. And I don't know, it'll just be a bit of a chill, a bit of a short, a little bit of a less focused stream. But where I do a couple of the things I actually kind of want to. Most streams I do, I'm not really doing. I mean, they are things I want to do, but it's not doing what I'd do if I was just playing the game on my own, if you get what I mean. The streams we do, I always try to do something different, something particular, something, you know, like that's in line with a project of some kind. Well, that's not true for this stream. This stream, you're going to sort of see the kind of thing I want to do just as a player, right? And just normal. So yeah, that's the idea. And we'll do a fun little stream on that. And yeah, that's kind of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the pod and stuff yesterday. There's been 2 more uploads on Wood Potatoes 2 since. So yeah, I don't know, I guess we'll get started in a second. I'm just going to do the intro. My crafting character is outside TA, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, outside TA because I was testing the new dodge roll thing with boots and a balance with boots we did. Anyway, so yeah, new guild hall decorations? Are there new decorations? Are there? What, right now? Isn't Halloween? Halloween is tomorrow. 24 hours, guys, till Halloween. Pretty exciting. So, I would expect new guild decorations at that point. Maybe next weekend we can show something. I've got so much to cut. How are we going to squeeze in episode 1? Because Halloween is going to have to be next weekend streams, isn't it, actually, if I think about it? Oh, there's some Jahai Bluffs decorations, are there? Well, I know that there's the raid ones, obviously. What was the one that gives people the teleporter? Which was that? Let's change the potato cam as well. I like this cam, and I love all fan-submitted cams, but if you're going to do one, try and zoom it in a bit, because having a tiny little potato, that doesn't look like a face cam. I mean, and if the shot and the frame moves a lot as well in the middle, it kind of doesn't work so well. So, today, anyway, I do want to show off another one from Kritzloff, which I don't remember when Kritzloff, you gave this to me. I just found it on my hard drive a while ago. This is the poker cam, and it's pretty old, I think, right? I don't know if Kritzloff's around, but we never showed this off in any stream, so let's do the poke cam. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll do the intro and I'll see you guys in just a little. Look at that. That's even got the anime intro in the background there. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Oh, you guys can hear me. Why do I always forget this? Alright, hello. Why do I always forget to mute? Anyway, could you hear me opening my can there? Getting it on. Alright, so, yeah, hello everybody. The chat is really going to make or break this stream. So, ideally, if you guys have got interesting questions and comments and thoughts, let me hear them, and we can get some discussions going. Because otherwise, I don't think the game or the personality, mainly because I don't have one, won't necessarily carry itself. Let me quickly just disable that. And now let me see. So, on Game of the Day today, I had a few people asking about the marker pack, because obviously the work in progress version of it is rolling through. And I was kind of surprised by that, honestly. I still sort of think of the second channel as being you people from Twitch, you know, just like just a tiny little selection of the larger audience. But if you're using Twitch, you're using WP2. But I should probably completely change my mind on that, because I guess it's more likely that the WP2 people are not Twitch users, because otherwise, you know, they're interested in the VODs, essentially. There'll obviously be some crossover. But yeah, basically, no one knew what the markers were, and I thought that was just really weird, because obviously we did a stream, and I explained extremely comprehensively what it all was, and the fact that I'd made it, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll just have to wait a little bit. The face cam here is broken. Why do I have to do that scene-dependent OBS? Why? There you go. Okay, cool. So, yeah, anyway, that was one thing that happened today. Not much else is really going on. I need to get efficiency up here. And I'll excite you all with this llama thing, right? Because it's going to sound really naff and weird and stupid. And it's like, what's the point with the llamas? Well, where the hell is efficiency? I guess I'll just turn down this wiki tab that I have open, that's discussing the military-industrial complex, as originally coined or rising to prominence as a known thing by Dwight D. Eisenhower in his farewell address to the nation of the United States on January 17th, 1961. All right. Let me go to efficiency. Where are you? Where's my bookmark for it? Jesus, it's really small. And now what I need to do as well is I need to go to accounts, and then I need to type in mark. So from PvP, and if you guys don't know, from PvP, and as you go through the leagues, these boxes at various thresholds. So the first one is this, the Persimmon chest. You see that? It says your rewards are 25 shards of glory, 2 unidentified die, 10 gold, currencies, blah, blah, blah. But do you see that box of Grandmaster marks there? If you climb all the way to Byzantium in a season, which is not difficult, but you get a box for Persimmon, you get a second one for Amaranth, and you get a third one here on your first time beating Byzantium. Then you can repeat Byzantium, but you don't get more marks. So basically it's 3 marks per season. And the thing is, because I've been multi-classing a lot, I don't know what character I was on each time I hit one of those thresholds. It would seem that apparently, so I'm going to efficiency to find that out, apparently they're all on my Firebrand, who I haven't played for maybe 3 weeks now or something. No, more like 2 weeks. Anyway, I haven't been on for ages, but apparently they're all here. So if you don't know what marks are like an alternative to spiritwood planks and mithrilium ingots and, you know, the standard ascended crafting materials. These are an alternative to them that are fully tradable on the TP. So, well, no, not really, but the things that make them are tradable, and you can buy, and the reason for that is it means if you're earning ascended gear from a specific game type, like a fringe game type, like a niche game type, like PvP, you use the marks as opposed to the other stuff that requires you to get like Dragonite ore and all those other things. Yeah. I've explained that terribly. Anyway, if you're getting it from fractals, it's the same. If you're doing PvP, if you're doing World vs. World, the only exception for some reason, and I don't really know why, is raids. Raids, they don't hook raid ascended acquisition really into marks. They just give it to you, which I think is wrong. hey, more reason to do raids, I guess. So yeah, I got the mark. So what we're going to do is just transfer those. Now we're going to go back to our crafter, who didn't shift along on my roster for some reason. Oh no, they did. They're just way off on the left. This scrapper here. And, oh sorry, you guys can't hear the game. And, we'll get our crafting going. So I have to be quite careful. So we're getting four new ascended weapons here, which is going to cost some money, but I crossed the 1,000 gold threshold last night, so I'm not really panicking about that. We'll see how much it costs. A couple of hundred gold, probably. What's really distracting? Sorry, the fan. Oh, okay. I can move it away. Is that better? I mean, I can turn it off, to be honest. There you go. I've turned it off. It's not that warm here tonight. Sorry, guys. That's fine. I don't mind people explaining that. If it's frustrating, I don't like it when I and it's quite rare, but when I do go back and watch one of my VODs to check something I said or see the response to something, I'm just gonna take my jacket off here to counterbalance the fact that I can't have the fan on. Yeah, when I go back and I hear the fan, it frustrates me. So I get what you guys mean. It can be annoying. Right, so next job, right? We put this into our... Did I put it in my bank for some reason? Why wouldn't I just use one of those? All right, so 3 of those. Now, let's go wardrobe, obsidian. Sorry, weapon skins. Obsidian. I've spelled that wrong. Got it the wrong way around. So short bow, axe, rifle, and warhorn. So they're all huntsmen except the axe. So let's just do the axe first, shall we? So we get the axe for free. So we double click and we go for 3 Grandmaster Weaponsmith marks. So 1. This would best be Weaponsmith. And axe is Weaponsmith, isn't it? It's not huntsman or anything. So 2. 3. And then very simply, once we've got the 3 tokens, we head up to the PvP lobby, and we get an ascended item. It really is that easy, guys. What you're watching me do on this stream, this is how easy it is to get an ascended piece of gear once per season in PvP. I mean, you've obviously missed the playtime to get the Byzantium chest, but you don't think about that. You just have fun and experience the game, and then that's just sort of happens, right? And then you... I mean, it really does feel like just free loot, to be honest. So, what mount do we want? The Jackal, I guess. Frame rate taking a major hit here, but there you go. All right, so Shatter, if you'd allow me to continue the raid discussion from yesterday. I'm surprised hardly anyone suggested that raids purely mechanically benefit in no way from being 10-man. I feel like 10-man over 5 was a marketing ploy that ended up backfiring on ArenaNet as it created this perceived barrier to entry. I agree with you completely. I don't agree with you saying no one's ever talked about that. I hesitated talking about that too much yesterday because I've talked about that so much. Like, I weaned it in there a couple of times, but yeah, I think everyone that wants raids to be a bigger facet of the Guild Wars 2 experience and more accessible are welcome to ask for that and want more funding for it because it's more accessible, because more people focus on it, are welcome to ask for that. But there's the way to do that, the way to actually keep it as a thriving, interesting scene and push it is not to make them easy. If you make them easy, it debases the experience. It corrupts the experience. And people won't seek that further thing. The only reason they're entertaining good right now is because they are challenging and they force you to think about the game and to invest time into learning about the game and characters you want to play and how you play them, what builds you use. It's only that because of the challenge, right? It's inaccessible. That's the problem. The challenge isn't the problem. The challenge is what raids are there for. So you're trying to solve the problem of accessibility. And so there's the way to solve that is not to start looking at difficulty. The way to solve that is to look at the number of players that they require, is to look at other, like, more boring things that are a bit crappy to go into discussions on, but stuff like the way that raiding could be integrated into the core story and encourage people to go to it more, the way the user interface could guide you to it, the way that it could be demonstrate itself as a prominent part of the game even early on, all stuff like that, which were also problems that Dungeons had. But, you know, the devs trying to make it, oh, you could do anything you want and get every reward you ever want, means that nobody really takes the time to, or the initiative en masse to go to these other areas, right? So those are the solutions to the problem. Like, Not difficulty. And you're right. I think that 10-man did do a lot of problems. It caused a lot of problems. And I do think as a market employee, if you really believe that and you've never heard me talk about that before, you should go to YouTube and type in wooden potatoes. Raids didn't bait and switch you. That was the best discussion I did on it, I think. I did quite a few like video essays on it, but watch my discussion about raids and the concept, because a lot of people felt like, oh, they were never meant to be in Guild Wars 2. So it's kind of a discussion about something else, but the 10-man versus 5-man comes up there. And I talk about how much I dislike 10-man, because I don't actually think that they are afforded that many more interesting new mechanics from going to 10-man. But yeah, you know, that's the actual story to do there, to talk about. It's not actually about difficulty. It's a self-defeating idea. If you give people an easy way to get through it, then it's worth the same as Living World. Like, what's the point? There's no spark. There's no intrigue. Another thing I kind of wanted to discuss, but I get really scared when I do stuff like that because I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to frustrate people. Which I think I might have done yesterday. I don't know. But another thing is, like, here's a beautiful example to me, and always has been. Hold on, let me just finish this first. So look, we got our currency, we got our marks. All we have to do is walk over to this vendor. Sorry. All we have to do is walk over to this vendor here. And then we've got the weaponsmithing marks, right? So down here, obsidian axe, and we just buy it. It costs 250 shards of glory, which is like a gold, okay? So this is nothing. You can ignore this column, genuinely. It's a gold. All right, 3 marks, which we got for free, and 400 ascended shards, which we got for free climbing up here. It's 6 gold, sorry, basically. It's a 6 gold ascended weapon. Boom. So we get that. Cool. It's an axe. And let's see what it looks like. Preview. Oh, and it will go blue when we're on the blue team. I actually kind of like that. And it looks a bit weirder when we're out here. I actually kind of like that. I think that looks okay. Right, now let's go back to Tyria. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make 9 huntsman ones, which is where the money sink is going to come from. Yeah. So anyway, here's a beautiful example to me, right? That idea of, oh, give people easy mode raids. It'll be amazing. They'll love it like that. And it's that thing you think you want it, but you don't. It will just be worth as little as any other bit of content you do. It will just all blur into the same kind of experience, right? But here's my favorite case in point. What I want you guys to do right now in chat, all right, is think about this. What is your favorite... Oh, no, that's going to be difficult for me to... No, let's not do it that way, because that will lead us into all kinds of other things that we don't need to go into. One of the meta events I really enjoy in Guild Wars 2, okay, is the Cathedral of Eternal Radiance. The Lissa meta. This thing is... In fact, we can even go there. Why not? We'll have to sit through a long Lion's Arch loading screen. Oh, the horror, right? This place is amazing. I adore it. As an idea for a dynamic event, a meta event, it is one of the most beautiful things that the devs have ever implemented. So, if you guys don't know, basically, you've got a boss in the middle, and the idea is, obviously, it's a large meta event at the end of the game, so you have Zergs participating in this stuff. You've got a boss in the middle, and 3 spokes coming out with specific tasks you have to complete. So the boss is shielded. It hides in the center. It's shielded behind these barriers, and the only way to get the barriers down is to take on this event over here, this event over here, and this event over here. And you all have to succeed. There's a different mechanic, a different objective at every single one. Flip it in favor of the pact, and once you have all of them, the barrier comes down, and you can run in, and you can deal with it, right? And you can fight the boss. The boss herself has interesting mechanics. You can't look at her. You have to turn away. Otherwise, you get, like, major CC and blind and stuff. There's CC-heavy enemies near her. All around the battlefield, you get different enemies at each of these 3 things. All around the battlefield here, you can see I'm under the influence of it as well right now in combat. In these central areas, you get trebuchets and stuff that are firing and launching along. You get, you know, the spectral creatures that patrol around. What else do you get? If you don't leave enough people at these side events, they fall. There are other events that come and attack here, and if you don't keep it fully defended, the shield comes back up. The boss herself phases and has invulnerable windows, I think, as she gets lower. There's just loads of stuff. Now, you're probably listening to me explain all of this and think, Lissa's not that good. What are you talking about? Oh, the Trebs in the middle. Oh, no. They take 100 years to land, and then they barely hurt you, and you might get slightly CC'd, and you just ignore them, and you never have to commit anyone to going down there and dealing with them. Oh, no, the gorillas that get instantly blown up by all of the Zerg attacks. The only time Lissa's actually hard is at Major Zerg. Oh, what are you talking about, WP? Lissa's shit. Well done. You've just proved my point for me. That is the whole situation with Lissa. It's amazing, but none of the mechanics matter because it's easy. That's the only thing that stops this from being like a raid encounter, a genuinely really awesome thing where you have to decide who goes where, when do you all come back in for the burn phase, how do you hold it open, who's tanking, the kind of mechanics of looking away. The only thing that is the difference there is this is an open world instead of a raid. The format, the idea, everything about this is perfect for a raid, and it would be incredible. Perfect. The only part of this that's awesome, that doesn't translate to raids, is when you do it in the open world and you get 3 enormous Zergs charging back through once the shield goes down, and you get like that cinematic aspect to it. You wouldn't get that with just 10 players, right? And the size of the arena and stuff, unless it was like a mount engagement, you get what I mean. But the premise works perfectly for a raid. But nobody cares about Lissa. Nobody thinks about Lissa. They only care about it as far as the rewards go. That is the casual, standard Guild Wars 2 experience. And I'll tell you what, guys, you've got 60 maps of it. You've got 60 maps of corrupted, debased, bastardized content that could be amazing and isn't. Raids are a place where it says, no, we will let this be good. And so it would be self-defeating to just to change it to become everything to be like Lissa. And that's kind of the point that I'm making. If it was I could click my fingers and have a magic genie at it, maybe it would be all right to see, but it takes time. So why would you spend time and money to develop something that does nothing? Literally nothing. The strongest like premise that people have is like, oh, more people might, you know, try them and then they'll become really good players, but that's not going to happen. That hasn't happened anywhere else. And the core of Guild Wars 2 already is that. Living world and open world are that as it what just because you're not in the aerodrome before going through? Come on, that's not the mental barrier that people have. What, just because you're not in a 10-man party before going through? Well, there maybe we're talking a little bit more, but then we come down to real questions, which is social anxiety and accessibility, and that's the real story. It's not about like making it easy. And I'm really sick of my own voice and discussion on this, guys, as I've done it so many times over the years. I've never been a big believer in this. But there is kind of that idea that people make up their minds and then that's it. They're just done. I think I've put forward every single argument under the sun fairly eloquently over the years for why it's a bad idea. And people who haven't listened to that or don't want to listen to that and have no real rebuttal for any of that continue to just sit entrenched in their opinion. Or someone new will come along. So I'm just kind of bored of it, really, because there's no one's challenged it in an interesting or new way. Ever. And so, you know, I just sort of, I'm bored of the discussion. And then there's that other side of, there's a lot of vitriol there. People who want the easy mode stuff get really, really, really sour. And I just sort of don't care. Well, no, I do care. I don't like upsetting people. I don't want to be on the internet to upset people. But, you know, hard truths are sometimes tough to learn. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Why would you spend time and money developing something that does nothing? Doesn't that describe 90% of the random mechanics in Living World Story? Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. I'm not saying that ArenaNet's perfect. I actually think that they're very poor at utilizing concepts and structures that they've added to the game already and getting more value out of them. I think they're very poor at that, and especially their focus on Living World. I'm not saying that everything they're doing is right, but just because they're doing poorly in one place doesn't mean they should do poorly in another. There's no... I don't know if that was just an idle observation of yours, but that's not a reason to then continue slogging it throughout everywhere else. I can't remember what crafting station we're going to. This is my whole problem right now. It's Huntsman, isn't it? Alright, here we go. Huntsman. This is similar to having an easy mode in Dark Souls and stuff. Yeah, I mean, Dark Souls is really nice because it's not a broad product, so it's very easy to take the most simplistic stance at all, which is if you want an easy mode Dark Souls is not the game for you. There's 1,000 other video games to play. Don't do it, because Dark Souls is that focused experience. But for some reason, when it comes to an MMO, and especially the Guild Wars 2 MMO, people have this bizarre idea that every part of the game should cater to their whims all the time. Because MMOs don't get to be that very focused experience where you can just slam the door in someone's face. It's okay to want every part of the game to be fully accessible to you all the time when you're a Guild Wars 2 player. And so you're allowed to stamp your feet. But realistically, yeah, the conversation should end there. Raids are there to deliver a specific experience. If you don't like that experience, you don't play raids. That's the end of story, right? But every time the discussion... I wanted to mention this too as well. Because Boots was talking about something along these lines. It's like, as soon as the discussion happens, you make a concession of understanding straight away, as though, oh, we're not allowed to use the obvious arguments because the discussion's happening anyway. So then you ignore just the basic stuff like that, you know? And the idea as well that you can bait people into being more hardcore players. I think you can actually do that in Living Worlds too, and I think that the fractal progression side of things does that already, and I think it's more the social structures in the game and the guild structures in the game and the nature of LFG as it is in the game. Not that I necessarily fault that. And the nature of, yes, believe it or not, core Tyria. If the entire game is a face roll and then you tack a 2% at the end of content on that's not a face roll, people aren't going to be inclined to go and do it. It's the nature of the rest of the game. It's not about debasing raids. I'm all for baiting more people into becoming more hardcore players. I'm not cynical about that at all. I think Blizzard accomplished that through Skinner box bullshit in the past, but I think there are really good ways of doing that. I like to bait people into PvP as well. You know, get you playing and learn a bit more, and you realize this whole wonderful experience unlocks. But and I believe in baiting people in, but I don't believe that the way to do that is to make the casual players be able to treat that part of the game the exact same way they do everything else. And when they treat everything else that way, they won't come into raids anyway. So who is it for? It's for, there's no point. And how have you baited me into this again? What program do you use to draw on your games of the day? And Anodic Shadow. I will tell you, but I will only tell you if you promise to copy my format wholesale and just spam videos out, because there needs to be more content creators. It's a good format, isn't it? Right? I want to see at least one video from you aping me, okay? You don't need to credit me or anything. I know I'm a genius that came up with the most ultimate competitive thing in the world. Okay, so here's what I use. I use VLC to play back my clips, and I have VLC controls on a second monitor that the game capture isn't capturing. I use Shadow Play to capture my primary monitor, so you're actually watching VLC. And I have keybinds set up to pause and play very, very quickly. I have VLC. VLC is super customizable, so you can get rid of like various elements of the UI. So I have it customized so people won't really necessarily see that. You can also set up keybinds to slow-mo and quick-mo and stuff, which I want to do later. But what I'm doing is I record the game, then I open a VLC window and record the VLC window. That's how I pause. And in real time, I record, I commentate over the game, pausing and playing whenever I like. And then the last thing is to draw on it. I use a really cool little tool called Epic Pen. And that's also keybindable. You can keybind to have different sizes of cursor, different colors of cursor, all kinds of stuff. And I don't utilize any of that because I don't... If Game of the Day got loads of views, I would min-max the hell out of it. I'd put game audio on there. I'd do a ton of stuff for you guys. Like, it could be a really good series, and you could keybind a ton of stuff. You can take the concept really far. You'd have much more intelligent slow-mos and all kinds of things. But yeah, and I use that. It's called Epic Pen, and you just draw on top. And then I have a keybind to start drawing, a keybind to wipe. And yeah, that's it. That's all I use. Shadowplay, VLC, and Epic Pen. That literally just those three pieces of software. And you don't even need editing software for that, to be honest. If you record from Shadowplay directly at the right bitrate, and you don't mess up and don't want to edit at any point, you could literally dump something out in such a short space of time. I always edit and render again afterwards, but, you know, because I put an intro on, music and other things, but you don't even have to do that if you didn't want to. Right. So we come to the Huntsman's crafting station, we type Mark, and what I'm going to do is make you all hate me, but we're going to insta-buy all the stuff. So, it's it's one board per Mark, so we need 9 boards for 20 gold. No. Yes, 9 boards for 20 gold. Then we need 9 carbonized mithrilium. Then we need 9 blended leather sheets. Then we need to go in here, and we need globs of dark matter. So this is the one thing you actually have to play the game for, but you'll obviously get tons. I have 800 of those, so that should have me covered, I think. So that should be fine. So then I need to buy 9 vials of might. And 9 vials of magic. So all in all, that cost me 88 gold-ish, I think, to insta-buy, not do any crafting, and that's 3 ascended weapons coming out of that. Thanks, WP, for all your content. I don't come here often, so taking the chance now. I love what you do. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. This is a bit of a... This is really a non-content stream, but thank you. I really, really do appreciate that. You used to use Epic Pen when you played old school RuneScape. Really? I don't know if there's better software out there. There's certain little tools that are like life-changing tools for me in terms of like making stuff. The ultimate one for me has been ShareX. ShareX is so good for streamlining media into editing, you know, non-linear editors and posting quick things. Even here on the streams, I occasionally use ShareX. Instagiffer is another little tool that I find really handy for GIF-based tweets now that I've recently been using. Epic Pen has been really good. That's the true heart of like being... of the kind of software. Most people are just like, what do you use to record the screen? What do you use to edit? And that's like totally irrelevant. If you're actually trying to do this. It's more about like little efficiency tools and stuff, and it's a whole list of little things like that that I think you need to be really careful of. So right, 9 Grandmaster Huntsman marks. And this will equal 3 PvP weapons. WP, did you have a review video for Long Live the Lich's story? I couldn't find one. No, I did some very long streams on it, though. And I did... What's the other thing I did? Oh, no, maybe that was it for Long Live the Lich, actually. I think that was it. If you want to learn all about that, if you go to my subreddit, maybe someone can link it in chat right now. On my subreddit, I do have a stickied post there talking about those videos, why they went away, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking of bringing them back. On the topic of PvP, I just realized today that you get 2 pips for near victories. Do you really? For a near victory, you get extra pips. I didn't realize that. Do those are those the same? No, what am I trying to say? That's just cool. So what does that mean? You should always... What's the threshold for a near victory? Is that over 300 points? 300 points is the threshold for... What is it? Like if someone's AFK or something, maybe? What am I working on? Am I enjoying my day? Yeah, I am enjoying my day. I don't really feel like I've accomplished much with my day just yet. But yeah, it's an okay one. We are getting lots of rewards that I've had in waiting for a long time now. So we already got 1 obsidian weapon. So now what we do is we go to the Huntsman. Oh, by the way, you have to buy the exotic version first, which is 5G plus some other stuff. So I'm not trying to deceive people here. There is actually another cost beforehand. I forgot about that. So maybe it's not as crazy as I'm making it look here. I don't know. So the short bow. And we can't actually preview that like that because it's not actually an engineer weapon. The short bow looks interesting. I'd have to see what the glow looks like. So maybe short bow. Warhorn. Your character cannot use this item. You know, the fact that they roll in the "Are you sure you want to make this purchase" prompt and the "Your character cannot use this item" prompt kind of makes the "Your character cannot use this item" bit irrelevant, because any player that's been playing Guild Wars for a little while is always just going to auto-click yes here without reading that necessarily. They have muscle memory, because they're going to think it's the "Are you sure you want to buy" prompt. Really, that should be 2 separate prompts. It should double prompt you. I know that sounds frustrating, but... Because you're never gonna... You're not gonna comprehend... I don't know. Do other people comprehend that it says your character can't use the item? I'd like that extra warning. The double prompts, you'd be like, oh, wait, why is there a second prompt? Oh, crap, I can't use it. You know. I've never actually ran into that as a problem anyway, but yeah, it's an interesting thought. Okay, so that's the short bow, and then finally, we have the rifle. Why does preview sometimes have the glow, and sometimes on one team, sometimes not? I don't know. Anyway... So then, a rifle here. The short bow I'm actually pretty happy with, because I think I need an ascended short bow back on My thief, maybe. I think he's got a white one skimmed as Chuka and Jumpawat right now. So, yeah, it's funny, actually. Right before the Mithrite Gambit came out, I was getting really annoyed crafting Ascended Shortbows because I was using a double shortbow build for my Soul Beast. Anyway. Where was I dropping these off? Here, I guess. So, an axe for some character at some point, a shortbow, a warhorn, and a rifle. That feels pretty good. Back down to 0, but that is the full collection. I am quite happy with that. I really feel like I've accomplished something. That ArenaNet has given me there about about 7 months, 7 to 8 months of content there, really, of meaningfully getting rewards. Look at all these items I've collected over the past time. So to put our big internet e-peen, I was trying to find a less offensive word there, but I guess that's still offensive. If I go stats, unlock statistics, unlock skins. I'm on efficiency right now, so you guys can't see. And then I type obsidian. Let's see. So, the rarest of the obsidian set in the game is the short bow. What you just watched me get. Does anyone want to guess how many don't cheat. How many people have got the short bow in the past? What do you guys want to guess? Let's hear it. How many people have the slumbering and the slumbering mistforged? What do you guys think? 25, 3, 20, 175, 30 million, 15. No one's got it just yet. Diablo PT is closest. Nixian is closest. 6, 7, 12. Alright, the answer is 9. There's 9 people. I'm number 10. I'm the 10th person. And that's the rarest weapon in all of Guild Wars 2 at the moment as well. Just for what it's worth. That is literally the rarest weapon. You just saw me make it, guys. There's only 10 of us. Only 10 players. Efficiency hasn't updated yet to include me. It still says I haven't got it. But yeah. That's not just the rarest weapon, by the way. That's the rarest skin. At the time of this stream, this is the rarest skin in all of Guild Wars 2 that is actually acquirable. The only thing's rarer than it is a bugged item that no one can get and a bug backpack strap that no one can get. This is the rarest skin in the game. So that means that, I mean, what are the odds that everyone that has the short bows also has the entire other set? I don't know. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say I'm one of the only people that actually has this. So that feels good. No achievement for it. If they added an achievement, the unlock statistics would surely go right up. But anyway, so that's one big thing. That's a nice project. The other thing as well is that I do want. So if we go armor, right? So that's the weapons side. Now, there's Ardent Glorious and Glorious. Now, what's the difference between Ardent and regular? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Ardent is the upgraded, and I can tell you by going on to my Fresh Air Ellie, who actually reps the set. So this is the PvP armor here, as it currently exists. Now, the devs are going to add another tier, I think, coming up. And then another 271 more are going to be made out a few hours after the stream. Last time we did a stream and we talked about one of these, a lot of people did, what was it? What was the... It was quite a few months ago now, but I made one of these on stream and I said that it was super rare, and then a lot more people crafted it. So yeah, this is PvP armor with the PvP legendary back piece, and it's dyed to, you know, be kind of correct. So this is Ardent. I don't remember where just regular Glorious comes from, but there is a third set, isn't there? There is I just don't remember what it's called exactly. Oh, the GLO means that all the gloves appear. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't it? I can't remember what the... but it's like purely from ATs. It's not just ATs. It's like when I wasn't playing PvP and they had that thing where they were actually trying with it, right? And that you could progress into Pro League or whatever it was. Does anybody remember? Glorious Hero, was that what it was? Why isn't it appearing in the wardrobe? Triumphant hit? No, this is the World versus World stuff, isn't it? I think this is what World versus World. Mistforged and Triumphant Hero. So I don't really remember. No, it's not Glorious. Oh, Glorious Hero. So it just doesn't appear, does it, in the wardrobe? Hello, Krell. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna wiki it because wiki will have it. Glorious Heroes Armor. Here it is. Glorious Heroes Armor is a PvP exclusive armor set that can be acquired from placing amongst the top players in various PvP tournaments. Oh, you actually get it from the ATs, do you? But only monthly. Wait, well, how? That's not correct. You don't get it from ATs. Or is it further down, maybe? I don't really know. Hopefully they'll do it in special tournaments or something. Oh, when are they going to do an update? Anyway, yeah, and that is like just an even slightly glowier version. I would really, really, really enjoy that armor set at this point. I would really enjoy it. It's just such a big leap for me to actually get a PvP team, you know, or actually participate in monthlies and stuff. It would mean I can't really cast them if I ever cared about doing that as well. I don't know. Does the AT vendor have it? That's a good question. So hold on. The tournament vendor's this guy. Oh, here it is. Yeah, well done. Well done. So they're just asking for 10 tournament vouchers. So the tournament vouchers you don't get in dailies. That's just the title best of the best. So hold on, 30 vouchers. What? So you get 3 for a win on a monthly? So you could get... Wow, that's crazy. So... Oh, man, but you have to get 3rd to 4th. So if you get 3rd or 4th in an AT, you can actually get a piece of the armor. Ooh, I don't know, man. I might be able to do that. I might be able to get 4th in a monthly. I reckon that's possible. It would be a lot to go through, and I'd actually have to consistently play with... I'd have to be social. Ugh. And there's all those barriers there. But get 4th in a monthly for the armor, and you just do that 6 monthlies. Hey, I actually really like the way ArenaNet did that. That feels tangible. I'm like such a mediocre player as well, so the thought that I could even care about that. And so, yeah, here's the other thing as well, because I've never done a monthly, right, ever. Since it came in, I've just not been that into this side of the game. But then there's llamas. So, if you get 3rd to 4th, you get a bronze llama. If you get to 2nd, you get the silver. And, obviously, if you win, you get gold. There are very few gold llamas out there, right? But gold llamas, once you've got your first llama, you can start tiering them up. And I've never done any of that either, so that was another thing I wanted to do on the stream. That's why it's called Llama Crafter Pro. So, this is just to do with the back piece. No, it's not here. So, look. You get mini llamas, black llamas, emperor llamas, and princess llamas. These 4, these are all just, like, from regular gameplay, like playing leagues and stuff like that, right? So, anything you've seen me do, you get these very, very comfortably and easily. So you kind of don't have to worry too much about these. But you only unlock the ability to tier up these if you play a monthly. Which I've never done, so I can't even start the progression on these. But I do want to do the progression on these other ones. So, what do we pick, guys, in chat? Somebody convince me to do one of the... Which tree should we go? The Princess Llama, the Emperor Llama, the Black Llama, or the regular Llama? Now, I've got to be honest, my favorite is the Emperor. I think this guy looks awesome. But it's up to you guys. So, the person to tell me in chat is the one who can convince me. Give me a good argument for picking one of these llamas. It can be funny. It can be whatever. So, if you just say, do the black one, and you don't say anything else, then I'm going to ignore it. You've got to give me a reason. And the first person to give me a reason, I'll pick yours. And then we'll just see how many tickets we sink on it. Because I don't think I've ever spent a PvP League ticket. Maybe I did way back when for these. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Go for Emperor, because Wood Potato's new groove. Wait. Cuzco. What's Cuzco? For the Emperor. Black Llama, because it's edgelordy. The one with the monocle. Oh, has he got a monocle as well as the Emperor? No, he doesn't have a monocle. Doesn't one of them have a monocle? Black one, because you can't be racist in 2018. Pick the Emperor because he's orange like Donald Trump. Okay, enough people said go for Emperor Llama. So, this is going to be fiddly as all hell. Are you guys ready? This is going to be really, really crappy. So, first things first, I'm going to check my account for the word llama. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I have some llama boxes already from playing leagues that I've just never touched. So we're gonna start with those. So I think I've got efficiency here is telling me I got 2 in my bank and 1 again on Firebrand here. So we're gonna try that out. Princess Llama because it would please Natalie so much. The thing is I don't really play Natalie. Natalie as a character I very, 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 very rarely ever utilize. I just don't like playing. It's the problem is it's a warrior, and most of the interesting gameplay on warrior is doing melee stuff, and I hate playing really big characters for melee stuff. I just don't know the hitbox very well at all, and I've got like no muscle memory for it, so it just feels I constantly get out of range, right? So I'll be swinging along thinking I'm on them, but I'm not. I'm nowhere near them. I much prefer playing small characters, Slender, Sylvari, Asura and stuff. It's easy to play warrior on those. Basically, if you're a big-ass Norn and a warrior, it's hard mode. For PvP and stuff, obviously, where you have things more intelligent than AI fighting you. Right, so what we do is we go hard mode until you get the muscle memory. It's not impressive once you've got the muscle memory. So he had a llama choice box. And then we'll go back onto, I don't know, I'm going to craft on my fresh air, really, just because I've spent so much time in PvP on this guy. It feels right that he's the one that crafts the llama. Emperor's new potato. Hey, your name's Frostmore. That's cool, dude. Are you a Guild Wars 1 player? Trade the boxes for tickets. It's quicker to get another set of legendary armor. Well, listen, my goal here is I just want to unlock everything that's PvP associated. Back in the day, they had a really intelligent reward structure for PvP with like really cool progression on ranking up, and every time you got those next 10 levels, it unlocked a new whole threshold of loot, and it was cool, guys. It was really cool. And then they misdiagnosed why no one was playing PvP and eliminated all the interesting facets of the progression. So this is all I've got. It's like the last vestige. It's like, what are the PvP rewards? Okay, I'll do these. So I will go for the legendary armor later, but because the legendary armor isn't unique skin-wise, I've been putting off. That's why I went for the full set of obsidian stuff, which is, I mean, genuinely like 6 or 7 sets of legendary armor in terms of ascended shards. It's a lot of legendary armor. Instead of going for all of that, I just got the obsidian things. Right, let's go over here. And I'm happy with that choice. So we just typed llama. Here we go. So we have 3, and that's cool. Yeah, they stack now, don't they, because of the update. I have more potions as well. We're up to 76. I feel like I moused over this just on yesterday's stream, and I was at like 40, but apparently it's up to 70 now. Okay, so we're going with Emperor, right? So I'm just going to spam Emperors. And we've got 3. Now, as far as I remember, here's how it works. We go to LA. Where am I in the real world here? This is going to be kind of weird. Actually, I don't even have to risk the double loading screen. There'll be a Mystic Forge at the Lily, won't there? I've got to unlock the World vs. World skins next. Listen, when alliances are a thing, if the GMs are up for it and interested... By the way, we've got a really cool announcement for a new guild event coming up soon. Or it might have already been announced. I just need to do the video on it. But... when alliances are a thing, if the GMs are up for it, if the guild's up for it and stuff, we will go heavy on World vs. World at that point. And hopefully it's fun enough to keep it going for me, you know, and I won't get burnt out. Because I've had various stints where I have cared about World vs. World, and I have gone for World vs. World, but... You know, you don't get 840... I know it's not impressive or anything, but it's not nothing. It is a fair few hundred hours in World vs. World. I just always eventually get burnt out by it. And hopefully alliances, they will do it well. And hopefully they'll integrate with the guilds and stuff well at that point as well. Okay, so I haven't used the Mystic Forge at the Lily for a long time. If I remember rightly, you have to go through a teleporter and it takes you up to the 2nd level, right? So, is it this guy, Reefer, here? Oh, but we also, and the attendant should be there, right? Oh, no, that takes you anywhere you like. That's not correct.
There must be something around here that can patch these leaks.
What am I doing wrong here? Should I just climb up? There is totally a teleporter to get up here, though, isn't there? Oh, this is crafting. Is it one more up again? Oh. There's the teleport platform. Oh, there it is. Oh, what? It's all the way over there. That's amazing. That's like over the regular map. There it is. Look, and we get the actual lamp. That's hype. Okay, so you go to the Mystic Forge attendant, and they sell you... Or do they not? Do you get it from someone else? I think you get it from someone else. Crap. I guess it's not here. Someone probably said this in chat, didn't they? And they're seething right now. Because there was an opportunity to show that they knew the answer. It's not even there. Hold on, guys. We got to find... It's called a Logmatic Essence. And I was pretty sure that a Mystic Forge attendant sold it. But I guess it's actually back here at Heart of the Mist at one of those vendors. Which will mean a little bit more currency that we have to spend. Which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll see. So while we're at it, and on these loading screens, I'm going to look at unlock statistics here. For llamas. And see what the situation is for these. So the rarest llama is the Elegant Silver. There's only 2 players with the Elegant Silver one. The second rarest is the Fancy Silver one. The third is the Elegant Bronze with only 6 players. The Fancy Bronze only has 7 players. The Lavish Bronze only has 8. The Lavish Silver only has 8. The gold llamas, there are 41 people, 41 separate accounts that have actually won a monthly and got the gold llama. There's 41 of them, which is kind of cool. And then after that, it's Lavish Emperor. So, we picked well here, guys. Of the original set, you know, that you don't have to do automated tournaments for, of the set that I can get, okay, of the top 4, the Emperor is the rarest. The Lavish Emperor is the rarest. There's only 60 players that finished the progression of the Emperor off. So I'm alright with that. Okay, anyway. Logmatic Essence, I think it's called. You know, I'm be surprised to see, actually. I haven't even unlocked some of these. What do I need to do for this? Oh, no, I already have it. Oh, it's the other skins for these. One day, guys. One day I'll care about Stronghold. We tried. Certificate of Support. No, that's definitely not. God, these are such a mess. It's such a mess. Ugh, ArenaNet doesn't understand why people don't like have goals and objectives. Look at the mess that this is. I'm gonna have to wiki it, aren't I? That's weapons. It's not gonna be there. And I always spell Emperor wrong. I always swap the E and the O up. Okay, Llamatic Essence. It is at that vendor. What? What? Oh, it's the Laurel vendor. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, so we can still buy it from here. This is fine then. Okay. It's fine, WP. Revamping vendor UI isn't off the table. Listen, though, it's not just it's not user interface, is it? It's just the entire, like... I mean, to an extent, it is UI. UI could help to build the bridges between all these vendors and explain why they're what they are and, you know, what order you meant to get them and stuff. All right, okay, so Llamatic Essence. And I don't think I've ever bought this in my life. Look at this. All right, so we're going to need a lot of these, but I don't know how many. So I'm just going to buy one first. And I know that sounds really stupid. I got loads of laurels. Like, cool. You do Llamatic Elegance. And then a mini. And then a... Oh, no. And we have to split the stacks as well, don't we? Oh, God. Wait, why is this not working? Shift click. Come on, man. I'm shift clicking. What? Oh, it's control click. It's alt click, sorry. Alright, there we go. I don't know how I just went totally brain dead on that. Okay. 1. And with all of that done, we get the Fancy Emperor, who we can choose to unlock, or we can choose to combine to tier up again. Now, here's the thing. You don't automatically unlock it by tiering it up, believe it or not. That doesn't actually work. I don't think, anyway. So, yeah. But basically, and so now that's going to throw the maths off a little bit. But look, he gets a little bow tie. That's literally what we just did there from combining that. So he gets a bow tie. Now we're going to need... We're going to need a lot of llamas. Does anyone want to do the maths? So how high does it go? You give him a bow tie and he becomes elegant. Then you make him lavish. Oh, and that's it. It finishes at lavish, does it? Oh, I thought it kept going. Oh, that's not so bad then. That's not so bad. Okay, we can figure this out. We can figure this out. So it's... Oh, God. It's going to be 9 for a single tier up from this. So then it would be 27 for the one after that, right? Yeah, people are saying 27 in chat as well. Okay, but I've already got 1, so it's 27 minus 3. So we're actually at 24, right? I'm going to buy 24 Emperor Llamas, correct? And even if that's slightly over, it's okay, because I want to unlock my way down as well. Right? 24. We're good with this? I'm not waiting for stream delay. I'm going to trust in my maths. So how many is that for 24? It's 240 tickets. Jesus. The stack splitting is going to be very fun there. So 24. People are saying yes as well in chat. That's good. And then we'll split all the stacks. And then once we've tiered him up, we can do it with the others. The idea is to get every llama. And I'm locked out of bronze, silver, and gold unless I start doing monthlies. And I'm locked out of that last armor set unless I start doing monthlies. The realization that if I get just 4th place in a monthly and I can start getting that PvP armor is actually really exciting to me. Why do they hide that in the wardrobe? What? Why? Why? Why do they go to every length they can to disincentivize people to do ATs? What, like... I mean... What kind of meetings are they having where that's justified? I'd be so furious if I was on, like, the PvP team and that was the crap I had to deal with. Can you imagine that, honestly? Alright, llamas. So, what people... So it's 8 more essence, people said? Alright, 24. Only 24 laurels? Bitch, I could pay 10 times that amount. Because they want to hide the existence of PvP. It's like that, isn't it? It's like like someone's decided, oh no, they're mean in PvP. I'm not having them play my game anymore. And it's just over now. Okay, they can stay stacked, so that's fine. Alright, so let's keep these llamas going. I guess I can continuously half, right? Would that dig me through quicker? No, it wouldn't, would it? I don't think so. Or maybe. This is the next quality of life change that needs to come in, guys. If they can take the time to do an option that swaps compact inventory, blah, 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 they can take the time to add unsplit entire stack. That's such a risky thing to do as well. Can you imagine? Like, somebody accidentally clicks it on like, 250 unidentified greens or something. Man, when POF came out, I was so excited about the idea of unidentified gear, but in the end, it's just been like, it's literally just inventory saving. It's because there's no ID kits. It's not a part of the game, really. And even if it was, it wasn't integrated well enough into core. All right, so there you go. There's all our llamas, the llama crew. And we go to the Zomoros mini pet creation facility. We get an emperor with a bow. Another one. So many. You do not kill these cute. They are emperors. Is the emperor llama an actual breed? Is that you know, it looks different, and because is that a biological thing? I know that sounds stupid, but there's like emperor. What there's like emperor ants or something, aren't there? Emperor birds, emperor penguins. There you go. That's one. There's emperor penguins, and that's like a specific big ass penguin, right? So is the idea that this is a breed, a big ass breed? There you go. Everybody's saying penguins there. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to unsplit one of the stacks. Thought I'd messed up the maths there, but I haven't. It's just that this guy is like that. Okay. Thank you, Zomoros. Oh, not Ectos. What? Oh, no. It's because we have to refresh. That's it. Have to refresh the panel. Okay, cool. So now we split these 9 friendly faces apart. I actually I think that there is a bit, this feels really fiddly and stuff, but in a weird way I kind of like it. It sort of forces me to slow down and really enjoy what I'm doing here. Every little item I interact with that I've worked for, you know, instead of it just automatically duping its way through, you know, with automation systems. All right, so now we want to buy, so the number, it's only 3, isn't it? It's 3 here. And then a 4th for the top of the pyramid. So, and it's the Laurel vendor, not Miani's attendant. So down we go. Probably a bit pointless doing this. Someone just said, shush your math skills. Is that to me in chat, or is that something else? It is 4, right? I'm going to trust myself, my very basic stuff here. Just found your stream from a game I love. Just wondering how you get all your footage for your webcam. Oh, what game do you love that you just found my stream from? I've only ever streamed this game, except I streamed X2 once, and didn't I do something recently that wasn't Guild Wars as well? I think I did something quite recently. You know, I was really close to doing a programming stream. Seriously. And not anything major, but a couple of weeks ago, I was actually in the middle of making a race pack for the game Stellaris. So I was like filling out name lists and diplomacy options, and there's a lot of scripting to do Stellaris mods. It's just like billions of Notepad++ tabs open and defining various parameters and stuff. And it was pretty interesting, actually. I think it was pretty cool. Because it sounds terrible and really boring, but it's like 99% just the creation of lore in ways you wouldn't think. So like, what would the Coden call a new planet that they colonize? What would they call that? Well, I had to create loads of different names for that specific name list container that I thought might be interesting. Or I could keep it generic and just do lots of generic planet names that they might pick. What would they call, like, an asteroid belt? What would they call, you know, a gas giant or a moon? And then there's other things like, so they're the Coden, so they have like an Arctic habitability preference, right? So what would the Coden call a desert planet if they've just colonized it? Because they're not going to be very comfortable living there. So, you know, it would be called like Coda's Last Sorrow or something, right? Coda's Thirst, the Thirst of the Stars, you know, things like that. Like, and it was, you know, it's just loads and loads and loads of that. So it would be a stream watching me like script stuff, but it's like 99% lore creation. And like, how would so the Coden, it would be a very spiritualistic empire. How would they address a very materialist empire? But you could go even further. The race pack, because you can define unique personality types purely just for your custom empire. Like, so I could make the Coden conform to the parameters of Stellaris, or I can make my own parameters, and I can say, no, they are a very specific personality. They are a very specific empire type. And because you can do that, when I get to, like, my third race, and I'm the Norn, what I can actually do is script it to have unique diplomacy that fires only if it's Norn speaking to Coden. Yeah? And you could do stuff like that. And so the concept I had was there was actually a lot of different races I wanted to do. And because they'd all be Guild Wars, they could have that unique crossover and stuff. It was really, really cool. But the problem is the art is really, really difficult for me to do and get. And I'm really bad at Maya. And I tried to learn how to create animated. Essentially, they're like 3D. They appear 2D, but they're actually 3D things that you have to rig in Maya and stuff. And it wasn't really working. So I got a bit winded with my enthusiasm, but I did a lot of work on the coding thing, and I thought, it's just long hours of sitting there just typing stuff out, and I thought, this is such easy streaming, and, you know, people could contribute in chat and stuff. It would have been a weird thing. It was, I mean, I know I'm talking about it now, and the likelihood has suddenly dropped really low, and I probably won't do it, but, yeah. Well, anyway, back to the original point. I very rarely stream anything that's not this. So what was the game? So, fancy meeting you here. It's a new llama. It's the elegant llama who will follow us around. So now he has... Wait. It's this... No. It is him. What's different about him? Oh, he's got the monocle. Oh, okay. So he's got a monocle. All right, so now he's got a bow and a monocle. Okay, right. Huzzah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited, genuinely. I could totally see that monocle. That totally works. It's just the UI. It's fine. We'll see it in game and it will look amazing. It's the best thing. All right. Okay, so we got 3 of them with monocles now. There's a big potential for an interactive stream like that. Never played the game, but it sounds fun. Yeah, it's just, it wouldn't be the kind of thing that someone could just tune in and understand straight away what's going on. It would be a very dry, kind of bland looking stream, but I thought it'd be an interesting experience. Anyway, and so now the top of the pyramid is the elegant Emperor Llama becoming the lavish Emperor Llama, who we can unlock. And with him unlocked, let's toggle him on. And look at this, look at this. So just the final tiers here, just so that you guys can all see, right? So where is he? Oh, he's got his head in the... There he is. Do you want to stop moving there, buddy, so I can give people a good look at you on the camera there? Oh, baby. Oh, he's actually... I thought he was just going to get a hat. He gets a crown, a straight-up crown. The crown is the same, like, texture kind of colouring and stuff as well as the metal on the backpack and that you dye the armour and stuff in the end. Look at his crown. Looks very similar to my crown. Dude, that's hype. Look at that. This is the greatest Fashion Wars 2 I've ever done, just because it's like a unified set. Look at that. That's a verified PvP Pro right there. That is what a PvP Pro looks like. I'm telling you now. All right. It's the Burger King crown. Okay, so, right. So that's him. Then there is the regular lavish. Okay, he gets the bowler hat. Then there is... Oh, he gets a white hat and a white bow. Is he chewing something? What's he got in his mouth? Oh, he gets a mustache. Oh, I see. He gets a white mustache. My guy never got... He gets all... He gets a bow, a monocle, and a mustache. What's up with that, man? And then the princess... gets like a tutu and a you know, like a wizardry kind of fantasy hat there. It is actually kind of funny, the detail and the difference between them. Why is there no collection for getting the full set of llamas? See, the problem with these that ArenaNet made is they're too small. Literally, it's just a size issue. And I know size queen ha stuff, but seriously, if this was just bigger, it would feel so much better, like, to get. Because you'd actually be able to look at the detail and sort of savor all the little changes and differences in there. But as it stands, nobody's going to bat an eye. And that's a real shame, I think. Literally, if they bump this up by just like 30% the scale. There's so many little things the PvP team can do that would just be nice, you know. I mean, how long does that take? And it is worth something. Believe me, it's worth something. I'm putting it in a collection as well. So anyway, those are the ones I can go for. Then you've got the real PvP pros, all right? So there's a bronze one here, and he's like bronze looking. But I guess... Oh, and he actually Oh, no, and this is the top tier as well, yeah. So he gets the bronze hat and everything. Then there's the silver one. So it's just silver. Oh, God, this is pretty lazy, ArenaNet. And look, the AT ones are the laziest fucking thing. Come on, man. And then the gold one has the crown. I would like to note that the Emperor having a crown too makes it the top tier of the original set, right? So clearly we do have the best. So hold on, where is the automated tournament princess? Where's like the Latinum one? I don't know. The gold press Latinum llama. Where is that? Ferengi got to earn some dough, guys. Where is it? I think that should be like a special tournament thing, maybe. Anyway, so I got one. Should we? I've still got a ton of tickets. This would literally mean: do I want ascended? Do I want legendary armor from those tickets, or do I want a llama, or the rest of the llamas? How much did it cost us again? It cost us like 200, didn't it? For one. So if I want to max out the other trees, I probably can afford it. $430 left. It doesn't cost that much, says Dusty. I thought it cost like 200. It costs 270. Dusty, that's a lot of tickets. No, screw the legendary armor. I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. Look, I've already got legendary armor, and I'll get easy sets in other areas of the game through raids and stuff. It doesn't matter. It's not special. I want every single PvP skin. I don't know how I'm ever going to win a monthly, but 4th place on a monthly for the armor is easy. Valen, I see you're in chat. Do you have that? You only care about AP, right? Do you have the, because you play monthlies, don't you? Do you have the monthly tournament exclusive armor set? If you get 4th place in a monthly, you get 1 piece of armor. So you do 6 monthlies at 4th place. You can get a new set of armor. That is basically the tier up from this. Yeah, you have the max llama. I'm talking about armor now, though. Armor. So it's this set, but one echelon higher, essentially. You don't have all of them, but are you going for them? Did you find your llama boxes? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to buy another one now. Was it 270? Seriously, Dusty. I'm trusting you here with that. I mean, unlocking all the gizmos might be a little bit out of my reach. Just a little bit, having never played a monthly. So what do we do next? The princess, the black, or the regular? Make your case, people, in chat. What do you want to see? Because we might... If it's 270 each, then it's going to cost us 540 for... I can only max out 1 more tree. That's crazy. No, I'm not trying to get carried by Valen. No. I sincerely doubt I'll actually do the monthlies. If I did it, I'd probably do it with Spud. To be honest with you, Dusty has been LFGing for dailies for like 4 months, and he never gets anyone going with him. I don't know whether I would ever be able to get 4th place with Dusty if he still plays DH, and I don't know whether Dusty actually tries to be good at the game or anything, to be honest with you. So I don't know whether we would make it, but I would want to do something with Spud or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'd want to do. All right, people are saying princess. All right, people want the tutu. All right, fine. So how many llamas was it? 27. Plus... No, it was just 27, wasn't it? Well, the other decision... Yeah, okay, we'll get the top tier princess, I guess. And then maybe I'll scale back on the emperors or something for the rest of the tickets. This is literally such a compromise I'm making right now. This is genuinely like saying, are you done with all the other rewards? Are you done with Ascended Armor? Is that not actually an idea? Legendary Armor. I'm doing it. 27 llamas. God, you got to be really careful you don't spend this poorly here, right? Is Dusty in chat? He is in chat. Yeah, he's up there. He just put a lull. Much to my cringe. No, I'm not saying you're bad. He says, I'm 1551 SR right now. That isn't bad, man. Come on. I'm not saying you're bad. I'm saying I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know whether you actually care. I don't know if you still play only Trap DH. You have to admit that if you are only playing Trap DH and you don't play the other builds, and clearly better builds, it to an extent is basically saying on some level you're not trying. You're more interested in playing a fringe build than trying, and I appreciate that, and I feel some camaraderie in that. But I also openly acknowledge it's a limitation, But what I'm saying is I don't know whether because we haven't played together and I don't talk to you that much. I'm not going to hide from that. You only need 3 stacks. 3 stacks of what? What is that? Sorry. So we gotta. It's down here, isn't it? Yeah, Llamatic essence. Okay, and this was. It's just 9, isn't it? There's no risk in buying too many of these because I'm swimming in laurels anyway. So we'll just 9. What he's saying is he's ashamed of you. No. You should play with me. Kappa, reset that. NA. Yeah, I've been queuing on NA for ages now, actually. And I should probably swap off. I tanked a lot today because I'm playing really terribly on a Soul Beast. Like, really bad. But, I had a few forest queues where I was like, oh, I want to play a side noder. I want to see how I feel. It's a really face roll build, to be honest, and you win a lot of fights that you shouldn't, but, yeah, okay, sorry, why am I speaking to you? You are useless. I don't need you. So, we got to split these ladies out now. Is that, wrong of me to assume their gender? Okay, let's not. I'm not even gonna, for fun, bait people into a sincere discussion, as I know how Twitch chat gets. On a selection of topics. You only need to slip the 27 llamas into 3 stacks. You're a genius. You're actually the most intelligent person I've ever seen on Twitch chat in my life, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Who raised you, man? That was crazy. What a display of just intellect we had there. That's amazing. Okay. Someone said that earlier too. Well, screw that other guy. They're not as smart as Cell Horus. Okay. Perfect. Oh, wait. Did I? No, I didn't mess up. There's no potential to mess up either. 200 IQ. I think it's got to be higher than that even, hasn't it? Think about all the things. If we just had brains that immense... Think of all the ways in which our lives would be easier because we would just realize, little efficiencies and speed ups. It's crazy. I'm jealous. Do you not do the same thing with amalgamated gemstone crafting? No, I don't amalgamated gemstone craft. I've never done it. Oh, no, that's a lie. I have done it. But very rarely. I think only for like 2 legendaries. Can't you buy them on the TP? Isn't that a thing? I'm pretty sure I just buy mine. Come on, you guys know me. I value my time enough that I will just buy my way through stuff. Okay, now we have to split. But that's only because I did that a little bit sloppily. Alright. And now we have to refresh the forge. Okay, so yeah, I thought we'd be 1 essence too low there. Because it's 9 to get to this point. Oh no, we're not 1 essence too low. Now we need another 4, don't we? 4 more, and then we've got the 2-2. And unfortunately, I can't keep going after that. So, it's probably true then that there is no account in Guild Wars 2 that has every single llama. Isn't it? I mean, actually, I don't know. What about some of the guys that have stomped every single monthly and won every single monthly? Because they get extra tickets, don't they? No, you don't get tickets, do you? It's a really weird thing, but that's not related to ATs at all, that currency. The unlocking of the initial gold, silver, or bronzes, but beyond that, you don't actually get it from ATs, do you? I don't think so. So, I'm going to be a bit behind because there's several seasons I never played. But in general, I doubt that anyone's got enough for every single llama in the game, right? So there you go, that's 4. Oh, you got a steal emote. Look at that. That's pretty good. I like it. That's all. You've also changed it slightly so that you won't get copyright ban hammered as everyone else inevitably will. Oh, you've subbed as well. Since when have you been a sub, Valen? Dude, that's cool. In fact, I haven't even noticed at all anybody sub or call any of that out recently. So let me just quickly look at that. Speaking of which, did Elemus just trigger the overlay? Yeah, long-time watcher. I think like 3 years now, and I'm appreciating you more with every year. Thanks for the great content. Really? That's so lovely, Elemus. I didn't realize that you've been watching for that long. That's really, really nice. Thank you. And it's very nice for you to say that you appreciate me more over time. I kind of have a general sense that people will slowly get burnt out. Oh, no. Enough. So we can just go 3 stacks here. Thank you very much, dude. I really do appreciate that. So, Alt. And that's kind of not going to work because we can't split into 3s, right? So 2 of the stacks are kind of empty. But it's fine. We can work our way through. Ferric, thank you very much. Oh, I see. Valen just got gifted a sub from Sal Horace. I see. I see. Yeah. The only thing I remember you saying in the past is that I have enough already. So you didn't want to a while ago. What else we got? Cloudy Sierra gifted someone a sub as well. Miko yesterday. That's crazy. That would have all been to do with a giveaway and lots of Prime yesterday, but that's really, really nice. Okay, so let's drop all that down there. Proc all of these. Refresh once more. And there we go. That's the 3. And then lastly, so is the final tier the tutu? Do you guys think? Do you think she gets the tutu at the end, or does she? Oh no, she's already got the tutu. That's a mistake, man. The tutu is the most defining thing. It should be at the end of the tree, surely. Anyway, all right, there you go. So that's 2 max tier llamas now. I think so, right? Anyway, yeah, lavish. Lavish is the top. So we can add that. I'm probably never gonna rep this. Just by the way, it's gonna be dead. It's purely there for completionism. Wait. Oh yeah, elegant is the tier below, right? Okay, that's fine. I mean, it is kind of cool. It's the biggest of the llamas, which automatically makes it the best. It is the biggest. It's got the most going for it there. I mean, the gold, silver, and bronze ones should definitely be a bit bigger. You know, the slight recolor on them? They make me think of the game Worms 3D for some reason. Just like that tacky sort of quick little reskin. I mean, you don't see many of these. You really don't. Even though the silver one is the rarest, the top tier silver one, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone rep one of these. This princess you're looking at, there are 194 players in the game that have got this over the years. 194. Which is a lot more than some of the others, obviously. But there's only 60 on the Emperor, so I think that makes it my rarest mini. So I'll probably actually use it. I tend to just try and, even if they look bad, I tend to go for the rare things. So there's that. Now, this will be a little bit less entertaining for you guys to watch. But what I do want to do is get the ones preceding it. So a little bit more maths there on that. It's not going to be 27, is it? We go down a whole scale. So is it only... is it 18? I don't know, actually. How many would we need? I mean, I can do it the other way as well. No, so 9 would be... Oh, yeah, it's 9, right? Because you go down... You dip down twice. Yeah, 1, 3, 9, 27. So, yeah, we go 9 plus 3. So, in total, I'm going to need to buy 12 more. Oh, wait. Not 12 more. Yeah, no, 12 more, right?
What can I do for you?
And I keep going to the wrong person. Give me your stuff. Where's the minis? So I'm gonna do Emperor first. 14. Why is someone saying 14? You're proper throwing me off with the 14. Why is it 14? You should get 14. I'm going to do 12, and then we'll just come back for the other two if we need to.
I am ready to go.
Jesus, this is so pricey. It was 27 total earlier when but that's for the final tier though. I'm not going for the final tier anymore. I'm going to unlock the ones on the way up, which don't automatically do that when you combine. We get an even 13 there. In chat, we have 9 plus 3 plus 1 equals 14, immediately followed by 9 plus 3 plus 1 equals 13. It's okay. We'll just see how it goes, guys. We'll experiment.
Everything here seems to be running smoothly. Maybe I can take
You remember making a forum post on this years ago? What, that they don't unlock earlier?
Oh no. Why can't things ever run smoothly for a little while?
Scroll all the way down.
There must be something around here that can patch these leaks.
And then this is going to be 4? I think I'm right about this. No. Yeah, no, I think I'm right about that, aren't I? We'll see. It's a baker's 14. Oh, is that a reference to the baker's dozen thing? Which is a baker's dozen is 13, right? And the reason why a baker's dozen is 13 is because the extra one would be like a roll that's made from the excess dough and stuff. And would tend to be a bit smaller than the other, or is like there as like a control thing, I think is the idea, or something like that. Something about the way that baking works.
What do you need?
So the triple stack thing I like, but how do you get an evenly divided 3 piles very quickly? The term baker's dozen comes from the fact that bakers cannot count. That's rude. And I think you should be ashamed of what you just said there. Okay, so that's fine. Now we can just go like so. And there you go. Yeah, I was right, guys. It wasn't. I don't know why people were saying 14. I get it was well intended or something, but 14 would have been overspending. Because all I need to do now is just combine these with one more essence and I'm done. Yeah? And then we have all varieties of llama. Oh, you type the number in when splitting. Right. Yeah, okay. I'm ashamed, but mostly because I'm a baker. Dude, I have a lot of respect for bakers. Oh, you're not saying you're ashamed of being a baker? Chat suggestion cut his time from splitting 27 times to 3, and he's asking for faster. Yeah, it's not enough. I expect perfection. It's not enough. Alright, we're going to close this as well because I didn't reset that properly. There we go. 1. I mean, this is pretty fiddly. This is some pretty low-tier streaming content. I'm not going to lie. But it's okay, guys, because it's rare, okay? It's rare. Not many people have ever done this, okay? Which means that we're special. Look at that. Look at that. And now, what does this practically mean? It means when I type llama, I actually have some stuff. Should I spend the last of my tickets as well on getting some of the princesses up? There should be a collection for this whole set, man. There needs to be one more like metallic llama down at the bottom for like special events or something. They need to make them all a little bit bigger, just a bit. Just scale up the models a little bit. And then what they need to do is add a collection and extract this silly vendor tab into its own vendor down at the llama farm here in this map and show more of the varieties of llama there. That's what they need to do. Then they'll get people doing it. If that was a rare collection, oh, that would be great. Oh, but then people will have to actually try at the game and spend time on it outside of Living World releases. Oh my goodness. I only have 12 tickets. I thought I had like 20 tickets.
I'm ready to go.
I got 40 tickets. I got 40. So I can get the next tier of llama, basically. But I won't have the middle tier, essentially. So we could do that, or we could upgrade like the black or the white one. Are you guys not interested in black and white? This stream is pretty hype compared to DJ Gaidan. At that point when I was reading your message, I was like, cool, I'm about to have a compliment. That makes me feel really good. Yay. What am I really good? What am I better at? Tell me what I'm better at. And I'm getting all excited as I read your message. This stream is pretty hype compared to waiting 2.5 hours for my flight. All right, that's a pretty low bar, but I'll take it. All right, screw it. Since we started the princess, we'll finish her off, shall we?
Hello.
We'll keep her satisfied and smiling. And then, so, I don't know. Do I dare? Do I dare to actually try? When is the next monthly? When's the Halloween monthly? How hard is a 4th place standing? Getting 4th place and getting a piece of armor. That is cool. How hard is that to do? How hard is 4th place? And which region would that be harder on? Oh, but I don't know any good players really that I actually play with. In comms and stuff. Let's see. What's it called? Glorious Heroes. So, there's about 10 people that have been collecting these. The rarest one is 10 people. The Glorious Heroes Heavy Hands. There's only 10 people that have done that. 0.005% of the player base has gone for those. It's harder on EU. Okay. I vaguely remember you mocking them from adding the Princess Llama. I would still mock them. Listen, my opinion has not changed. As far as a reward for PvP goes, a collection of minis that are llamas is lame. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be too rude, but to be honest, it's not just lame, but it's completely like, they're missing their demo, right? Like, they're the PvP players. They're toxic, childish, stupid, aggressive, egotistical, no-life losers. They are the dregs of this game's community. They are the worst of the worst. That's what a PvPer is. They are not the kind of, I like llama people in general. If you're trying to appeal to them, you got to do something edgelordy and deep and something like 14-year-olds would enjoy. That's what you got to do. So, it's not just lame. It's completely, like, missing the mark of what a PvPer would want as a mini pet reward. And I know I'm generalizing pretty grossly there, but I mean, come on, let's be real. It's lame. I would still mock it. However, I'm, as lame as it is, I still like having rewards that are in the game, and I will go for them just to satisfy my own foolish desires. I'd like it a lot more if I was getting something interesting, rather than just like a bit of a gag. I don't even know why they settled on the whole llama thing being tied to PvP in the first place. It seems like it was probably like an in-office dev joke or something that then just started actually being a part of the game. I don't think the community ever reflect or felt compelled by the llama joke or whatever you'd call this, the meme. I mean, to use the word meme for, what I grew up understanding it meaning. Anyway, there we go. We got a new one now. Having played competitive games for years, he's not exactly wrong. Still stings, though. I mean, I say that about myself, too, right? I mean... I openly mock myself with that generalization there. Okay, so there you go. We got 3 princesses now. We've got 4 emperors. And if I get 4th place, if I can get 4th place at Halloween, I get a piece of armor, and I also get the bronze llama progression opens up, which I can start working on when season 14 starts and more tickets become available, can't I? And that can be my next thing, to go for the bronze. So you have to come second in a monthly for the silver. I doubt I ever have the time to invest to even consider that. Not unless the scene proper dies. Maybe I should stop talking about PvP. And then hope it dies in the next year. Actually dies. And then I can get first place. That's it. That's it. I'll just denigrate and do lots of video essays about how bad PvP is and how cack-handed the devs are. And just make everything about it a misery. A misery to try and develop for. A misery to think about getting involved in. Burn and frustrate anyone who likes the game type, make everyone lose all respect for my opinion on it, whatever, but keep the casuals believing that it's terrible, and then the scene can truly wither up, and I can snag a first place in like maybe a year or so for that gold llama sweetness. Now can you visit the llama farm to detail the lore of all the llamas? Oh, yeah. Well, there's actually lots of llama stuff, isn't there? Because it's not just the farm, but there's a collection, like lost coins, isn't there? Where you actually have to find loads of hidden llamas around the place. And I like that they did that because it's kind of like an implicit advertisement for the collection at the same time and the rewards. It's a little too, you know, implicit. It should be a bit more overtly expressed, to be honest, I think. You know, there needs to be just a whole you know how much I rant about Corteria rework? I would love a PvP rework as well that actually, like, figures out what gear should be available, how default loot should work, what gear we should be, and amulets we should be paying for, properly teach people the progression from hot join into unranked, into ranked, into tournaments, you know, how to use the UI, all of that stuff. There needed to be that in PvP really a long time ago. That would be so nice, and that would help a lot, because right now I think the main thing is they got really good retention on players, but they don't really have enough new people looking in or finding that way to get in. You might luck out and find a really compelling stream or introductory thing where you start getting interested in it, but by and large, most people never will, because it's just this totally separate thing. I don't remember where the farm is. Isn't it, like, down... It's like one of these islands. And it's a low-down island, isn't it? I need to set up my marker pack, my taco marker pack, for the most optimal routes and kites. I'll create. I could create a special llama marker purely for Heart of the Mists, so that people know. You know, I could make in taco. I now realize a marker pack that basically does what I want the UI to do in terms of teaching people how to PvP and what everything is and where everything is. You actually could do it. Taco is that good. It would be like a one-time thing where the first time you log in Heart of the Mists, it like leads you through the Heart of the Mists and takes you to all the vendors. And every time you reach a new one, the taco marker gives you like a bunch of information appears and says, hey, you can do X, Y, and Z here. This is what you should focus on, blah, blah, blah. You could like approximate it. Anyway, I'm really struggling here. I don't know where the hell it is. I'm not gonna... Oh, it's north. It's that island up there with the grass on it. It's up here. Spread bad builds and gameplay. Yeah, I should tell people that the way to win at Conquest, and this is a little known secret, right? But is to just stay on the node. Because if you get off the nodes, it will get decapped. And you get points for owning territories. This PvP is like really nuanced and like special and different compared to most PvP games. I know it's called PvP, but the actual thing you've got to do is like capture territory and just stand on it, right? So the main way to win is just to hold it as much as you can and you just keep getting points. So like, for example, when you go to mids, if like the entire enemy team is there and they're about to capture the territory, a really good idea is to run on. Because when you're standing there, you actually contest it. Even though they have 4 players, you're only 1, and you prevent all of their cap potential by standing on there. So like, that's a really efficient play, because they're dedicating 4 guys, and they can't because you're standing there. And so, yeah, generally speaking, you want to go on the node, and you just want to stay on it as much as possible. And often, this is a really weird thing that is really unintuitive, but is absolutely... like game-changing when I learned this. But in this game, you can actually suicide for the benefit for your team, right? So let's say you've just respawned and you're running across the map and you see that the enemy on their close point is about to cap it. if you get there in time, you can literally choose to stay and kill yourself on the node. You can suicide, and even when you're in down state, it will still deny them from getting the cap. So, you know, it's just, it's really good to, like, run really, really bunky specs. One thing I love to do is, so you can't use, like, invulns. So this build's actually kind of terrible that I'm running right now. There's this skill here, obsiflesh, and you'd think you can obsiflesh and stand on the node, and it'll be really good, right? Because they can't kill you for a little bit longer. But they can cap under invulns. So what's actually really good is, one of the classes, it's a medium class, it's called Thief, right? And what you can do is you can equip 2 daggers. And the skill 3 you get when you have 2 daggers, like, makes you evade. It's like dodge rolling, but it doesn't cost any dodge rolls. So you can just keep spamming that over and over and over and again while on the nodes. And you can do damage while you're doing it. It's a really, really good... To be honest, getting gold in an AT, you could probably just run 5 of those thieves. But the population's really small, so... Like, people don't understand the meta, the real meta. They don't know the actual strategies, but I think probably 5 of those thieves is the best. I'm gonna do a video guide on it, not on my second channel, on my main channel, for everybody to see. All right, so here's the llama farm, and it doesn't look like they put like the gold, silver, and bronze ones in there. What I really like about you is taking sarcasm all the way and more. I'm glad you like that. Oh, there is an actual trader here. Oh no, a tender. Welcome to the llama farm. Please refrain from any overtly hostile behavior or hyperbolic remarks. Avoid hyperbolic remarks? But I'm wooden potatoes. I like this. This is such like a sly tongue-in-cheek. They're throwing shade at the community here. 100%. Me specifically. Me. I am the center of the universe. That's hilarious. Look, let's make the PvP population nice. Please refrain from any overtly hostile behavior or hyperbolic remarks, please. What are you doing here? I raise mini llamas, of course. Do you think they fell from the sky? Why is your farm so isolated from everything, you... young mini llamas are extremely sensitive to aggression and hyperbole. I find it best to raise them from a fair distance from many of the people who populate the mist. Bit on the nose on that last line there, Arena. Bit on the nose. So yeah, I don't know. They don't have the tournament ones. There's the law. The llama law. I am the llama king now, of course, because I've got a friggin' king llama with me. A king emperor. This could be the worst llama farm in the game, to be honest. Can we get a Tato high llama? What, turn high horse into high llama? That's kind of a funny idea. I have no artistic talent whatsoever, though. All right, that is... So that's every obsidian weapon in the game. That's one of the llama trees complete, and 75% of another llama tree complete. That's all of the exposed armor. So all that I have left is the monthly armor for 4th place and above. And, the gizmos, but I mean, I'll never get the gizmos. So, and then I think that's it. So what will I be spending my currency on, though? What will I spend Ascended Shards on now? Since I'm not going for Legendary Armor, because they need tickets too, and they're all going to be getting sunk on llamas. So what can I spend shards on? I guess just more Ascended gear, right? I wouldn't be getting new skins, but I would still be just getting Ascended gear. Maybe I could keep going for Ascended Armor, actually. This might be a good idea. Just keep spamming more of this up, more Ardent stuff. Again, I have all of the skins. Heavy, medium, and light. Doing this reward track 18 times was a pain in the ass. But check it out. I actually have 12 Istan caches here as well, so I kind of want to open these, and spam up some more Kralkatite here. So this is since I think really this started with Firebrand, when I started playing a lot more. So we'll open these and continue the Kralkatite hunt. I still got a ton left of this to do for the astral stuff, for what it's worth. I think I've already got about 3,000 to 4,000 in the bank. I'm really happy to get this Dragonite here, by the way. Dragonite I'm super low on. So let's do that. And then the 12 sacks of Kralkatite ore. That's 12 free skill points from POF or Heart of Thorns, which is quite nice. And then with all the Kraukatite,
I've got what you need.
they should let you exchange shards for PvP. Oh, Ascended shards? Hey, yeah, that would be a good idea. I would help out the guild a lot more with that as well. So I'm just going to flood this in here. And we'll craft some more Astral and Stellar stuff later. I think of the original set. What's the original? The lower tier? Stellar, isn't it? No, Stellar's the higher one. So Astral. So I still need the longbow, the short bow, and the pistol, which I've definitely got the stuff for. Then we're up to next tier, which is Stellar, which is like asks you to do it all again, doesn't it? Basically. I do like this gear though. I think this stuff looks pretty good. Especially when it's all glowing, it comes out. It even fits the PvP style of it. I know it's got nothing to do with PvP now. But, I don't know. I think it fits it pretty well. Look at the color there. That fits that skin set. So maybe I'll go for like a Scepter Focus set first. Just for Warden of Storms. And then maybe I can look at Warden of Thoughts. By the way, I've been talking in recent Game of the Days about Warden of Thoughts and that I was trying to change the build up. I am going to look into running Sword more seriously again as well because I was playing Soul Beast earlier, which is a really good side node build, and I got wrecked by someone basically running that build, but they had Sword instead. The really major thing I forgot about Sword on Mirage, and this is really, really embarrassing to admit, but I forgot that when you ambush with Sword, it generates a clone. So there's actually massive clone spam on there. I know that they obviously all daze and stuff, and you get lots of daze synergies. But one of the reasons I was favoring Scepter was not just because of the burst, because I was rationalizing it as that's really good generation for me. But the truth is, Sword's probably even better when you're on a Mirage, just because the ambush generates them all the time. Yeah. Like, you were running that as well, Valen, right? And you were running an Interrupt. I'm not convinced by the Interrupt trait still. But it is only competing with Egotism. So I don't know. That might be pretty good. But yeah, like that could be a thing. There definitely will be a lot of kills I don't get anymore. I don't know. I'm really turning off the build a little bit at the moment. But I do kind of want to try Sword. Yeah, the evade though, I mean, Scepter's got some pressure mitigation as well on the 2. It's half a second. It's a block into then like a second of evade afterwards on the 2 when it procs. But yeah, I mean, I tried a lot of different weird things with that recently. I even tried it on Wizard because the hybrid damage is so huge. But it was not good at all. It was terrible. So yeah, I don't know. That's about it, guys, really. It's a weird stream. Can anyone think of any other rewards for me to go for, or that maybe I've got the currency for right now? I think, I mean, I really do think that's pretty much everything except skins for thingy. Maybe we can buy those here, right? Let's have a quick look. Who was it that sells those? Was it just the regular guy? No, that's weapons. That guy is not him. This is all the legendary backpack stuff. No, it's not. See, look, this is a mess. What? Okay, so hold on. Phalanx Churai Ossa. This is all just Shards of Glory, which I just sell instantly on the TP anyway. Phalanx Churai Ossa has been unlocked for your Mist Champion. To use your new Mist Champion skin, go to the tab in your build panel. The tab that we always forget about. Alright, Churai Ossa default skin. I now have Phalanx. Woo. It's such a weird bit of UI. Can you imagine if this game type had been handled well and that they were like selling these on the gem store and stuff? Rampart Churai Ossa. It feels like a shame to unlock these because it's like weird UI stuff that you never see anywhere else, but I can't think of anywhere better to do it than on a stream. Like, I really like this idea as well of like build craft. Oh look, he emotes when you equip it. Dude, they put so much effort into some of this stuff, only to then ignore all semblance of balance discussion once it came out. Radiant Shiro. Oh, I don't have enough now. Oh, these are quite pricey actually. Okay, well at least that's a sink for my Shards of Glory then, as I continue getting them. Sneak Thief Nika. Where are you, Sneak Thief Nika? Oh man, she looks pretty good. Yeah. I think Strider's looks way better though. Look at that. Beautiful. Who else can I afford still? I can get Rogue Grim Svard. I really don't remember so many of their mechanics right now. Where is Grim Svard? Here he is. Oh, what? He goes blonde? Oh, maybe he was always blonde, but he's just in the hat. Grim was the sword for hire who crewed such notable ships as Salma's Grace under Captain Oj Moran, the Pride under Captain Kobaya Mariner, and the Nadir Shill under Captain Yom. So I guess he's in Sea of Sorrows. I guess. And then we get another skin for him as well here, which doesn't look too good. And then there's Steampunk Tibble afterwards. Oh, Orion Tibble. That's kind of hype. Elite Glorious Tibble. I'm actually really interested in the alternate Tibble skins because he never appears wearing other stuff in the personal story. So seeing how they gear him out differently is kind of an interesting idea. I wonder if Orion makes him look undead. I mean, this was an interesting reward thing they could have had as well if that game type ended up being a thing. Well enough. But yeah, hold on. One thing though. Wasn't last time we were crafting stellar stuff, wasn't the problem that, let's go story journal. So it's daybreak. Wasn't the problem that I just hadn't unlocked, not thirsty. Here, this, astral purification. You think you can purify Kralkatite through a confluence of astral energy if focused correctly. Don't I have to do this to actually even unlock the ability to go up to Stellar? And I just didn't do that. Do you guys remember when we were showing this off? Let me have a very, very quick look here. I did get rid of all the Kralkatite, didn't I? Oh no, there's one more stack here still. Because I kind of do want to get that scepter now. It looks good. I like that scepter. Well, it looks like a mess, but it fits the back piece. So let me go on to, I guess, List. List should have been there. An ultimate tournament is an hour and a half. You should be getting qualifying points if you want to do the monthly. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Crap, man. Should I start doing ATs? I was doing them earlier in the year because people just started randomly inviting me when I was playing a lot of Fresh Air. And it wasn't as trash as it is now. But the thing is, I've not played anything that's actually meta. Well, except for Firebrand. And, oh, well, a bit of Scourge, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. One thing at a time. Let me come up here. How have you not done that? Well, just because episode 1 was one of those episodes I didn't play as much as the others. Isn't it 8,000 Krauk for both sets? I think it's more than that, actually, isn't it? 8,000 seems kind of low to me, considering how much I've been gathering for so long. No, it's a thing where you've got to, like, you speak to the chick here, don't you? You go on top of the building as well, maybe? And you press F and it gives you a thing? The beam of light, is that what it is? The light focused by the astral layer forms a strong beam at this location. I mean, I have a memory of being here, so I'm guessing I did it, maybe? Just practice using sword with the beam build and make it meta. I don't know whether you know this, Valen. You posted that game we played where there was that really ridiculous comeback. And I enjoyed watching your video of that, of your perspective. So I made a game of the day out of my perspective. And if you watch, though, you'll see when people start playing better and kiting better and running slightly tankier stuff, if you watch that video, you'll see how low pressure that build feels. In a lot of situations, and that's what's really made me sour to it. And that's not a thing that Sword will fix either. Sword will allow it to side node a bit better, as far as I could tell from that Soul Beast fight before. And, you know, open up a few more matchups, I think. But that general thing of just, it feels so low impact in the big engagements. Maybe that's okay for the build. But I don't know. Where the hell is the entrance to this place? We've got to go up, I guess. Yeah, Sword is better for rotating as well, definitely, just because it's got that extra mobility, and that's king about it. I don't know, I'm excited to try Sword out. I am. And Mirage is just in general quite OP with, you know, being able to dodge stomp people and pull so much cheesy crap. Yeah, I just don't really believe in... without the mantra cleanse, I really think I would get so wrecked by certain things at the moment. I mean, yes, you can pour out to save yourself, but I don't know. I'll have to see how it feels. If I could get portal on there as well, it would actually be a real build. All right, I want to craft. So wait, what is this? I misplaced the letter you sent me to bring to the Sunsmith Olossal. Note from Yasna. A note from Yasna to Sunsmith Ossel asking for help. So who is Sunsmith Ossel? What have you learned? My notes are on the research table there. Feel free to take a look for yourself. My handwriting is better than my speaking skills. Look through more recent notes. Read notes on... I mean, there's so many of them here. Yeah, Soul Beast is very fun. What's my Warhorn skin? A Super Adventure one, I think. That's my Zealot set, yeah. That's the Super Adventure Warhorn. Curious, if you need new Spud cams, how is it best to send one? You've got something planned? Just upload it to YouTube if you want, and then I'll rip it off of YouTube, or you can send it on a Google Drive. I'm gonna wiki Sunsmith Ossel here. And we'll quickly craft this up. Let's see. Sunsmith. Okay, Sunsmith Ossel does not appear on the wiki, so... Weasel? It's like a French name. There you go. Weasel is a human who is found near the secret Sunspit... Oh, in the secret Sunspit base, located in the basement level of the Astralarium in the domain of Istan. Okay, so we go to the sneaky secret area. Yeah, I got it, Dusty. Thank you very much. Okay. Have I got to do the heart to get in? Really? I thought you could just go in once you've done it on the story. I know your first time you've got to do the heart, right? Also, where was the entrance? This is pretty bad. I've actually forgotten so much about this release. It'll be really cool when we do our... So if people don't know, we're actually going to do a playthrough of this map and this story very soon. I'll put it up in this corner here, maybe. Alright, well, we'll see. If we need to do the heart, it should be easy enough to just run circles and calibrate the mirrors.
Years of observational notes.
You don't need to do it if you've done it before. Yeah, I don't remember having to redo it. Can I enter the section again? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we can. We can enter. It's okay. And then, wait, is it we still here, or do we go even lower, don't we? You read the book the first time, though. Turn to it. Continue reading. Continue reading. Continue reading. Continue reading. Continue reading. Joko is false. Yeah. Okay, and then the portal. Thank you. Alright, so... Now we want to look around for a guy with a name of O. Or starting with O. Oh, here we go. Weasel. Hello. I have a note for you. You look like you have a question. Yasna sent me with this message. From these notes, you'll need several aspected mirrors. I should be able to craft these for you if you bring me the materials. What materials are required? Each mirror will require 10 orichalcum ingots, 10 powdered rose quartz, 5 globs of ectoplasm, and 3 lodestones corresponding to the specific aspect. Which mirror were you thinking of? First, which mirror do we need? Oh, God. Okay, hold on. So, what, are we now on... Why do flies keep flying into my mouth while I'm trying to stream? So, hold on. Long live... Daybreak. Astral Purification. Oh, so I've got to do one for every load in the game. And each one... I'm going to have to type out what the materials are probably right here, or go to wiki or whatever. So 5 ecto, this is pretty cheap looking. 5 ecto, 3 lodestones, 10 powdered quartz, and then each load, 3 lodestones. And then we got to play some more. Do you know what? This actually looks really long, guys. And this is weird to do this in the stream. We might actually do it on the next ones coming up, because obviously we'll be back on this map. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. This is now straying like pretty far away, and that's actually a lot of stuff. I thought I was just at the point where I could start crafting, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. And thanks for coming to this chill, weird little stream here. And I will see you next weekend, where we'll get the ball rolling. Much more heavy as well, with either this or actually Halloween stuff. Obviously, Halloween comes tomorrow. Keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, because you will see I talk about what we actually get with it. It sounds like there's a return of an old PvP game type. That is the Reaper's Rumble. Do you remember we did a stream on Aspect Arena? It was pretty fun, and we even did a super edit out of it. Well, it might be fun to do Reaper's Rumble, and if it's a good stream, we might be able to convince Darg it's a good idea to do another one of them if they'd like to, but we'll have to see with that. There's also obviously the new like map race thing that they talked about, and hopefully some new rewards and other stuff. I actually still have some armor sets from Halloween, which I never did last year, which I want to do this year. It should be pretty cool. So it will probably be very Halloween-y next weekend. Then after that, we can start looking at episode 1 and all of those things. Anyway, cheers, guys. I hope you enjoyed. It's certainly been a blast for me. I'm going to go have a lovely shower now, and I will see you all later. I will also throw it out there. If you kind of want to do ATs, throw me a message on... Do we have a PvP channel on Discord? We have an LFG channel, don't we? Which Dosty uses basically as an LFG thing. Yeah, go to LFG on Wait, do we still have an LFG? Yeah, we do. We still have LFG. Go to the LFG channel on our Discord and type in there if you want to do something tournament-wise. I don't know. That could be a real mistake. Just having a bunch of random people I've never played before. We're never going to get like... But that would be for like daily ATs to get QP to maybe compete in the Halloween monthly or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Cheers, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.